Hey guys, Rome here from Team Duel League, and I'm just going to be doing a deck profile of an Ancient Gear deck. I've had a couple of builds of this, but this one so far has been the most successful. After 4 rounds of Swiss at my locals, I've gotten ranked first, so I just wanted to share and use it as a reference for future if I wanted to rebuild the deck or so. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to get started with the deck profile. Triple Reactor, he is the new Gadgetron Dragon. He has a whole lot better effect. 3000 attack, 3000 defense, level 9, that's actually relevant. If he attacks at the end of damage step, he can destroy one spell or trap on either side of the field, and he destroys that. Also, same thing as Gadgetron. It prevents your opponent from activating spells and trap. In his addition, he prevents your opponent from activating monster effects as well until the end of damage step. So you can pop your own Gear Town, or later on I'll show you guys here in the deck that I play a couple of tech cards that will give you further advantage, improve your game state. So three reactor, triple of the Ancient Gear Wyvern. He is basically your Machina Gear Frame, or Stratos as most people know. Most popular searcher. Ancient Gear Wyvern adds any Ancient Gear cards, so you can add Reactor, you can add the new spell cards, continuous spell and normal spell for Ancient Gears. And he has an effect where if he declares an attack, your opponent cannot activate monster effects until the end of damage step. So, which is somewhat relevant as well. It really does help. Now, those are the 3 ofs. The following are just going to be 1 ofs, just because they can get pretty cloggy. So it's just, but it is still really important. I'm going to start off with Gearbox. Gearbox is an Ancient Gear card as well. So if it's added by Ancient Gear Wyvern, you can add Gearbox from Ancient Gear Wyvern, and Gearbox, when he's added from deck to the hand or graveyard to the hand, he adds a machine, level 4 Earth, with 500 attack or 500 defense, which one of them is Ancient Gear Knight. I prefer to play Ancient Gear Knight over Ancient Gear Gadget, just because Gadget just have a big defense, while Ancient Gear Knight can also be used as a 1800 attacker. So I prefer that. I only play 1-in-1 just because I didn't want to draw too much into it. I play 1 Ancient Gear Hound. He is really good, really amazing. When you normal summon him, it deals 600 damage to your opponent, and he also has a built-in polymerization effect, so you can fusion into the Ancient Gear Howitzer or even the Ancient Gear Chaos Giant. I didn't really focus on that as much because it does use a whole lot of resources, and for a lot of players, it is easy to deal with Ancient Gear Chaos Giant. So I didn't want to focus on that, but I still want to have access to really good play like that. And also Howitzer is an amazing fusion. One of Ancient Gear Golem, Ultimate Pound. He is the new Gear Golem. This is a whole lot better. He cannot be special summoned, but the other Ancient Gear card actually ignores its summoning condition. So I only play 1 of because he sucks drawing into it. He's basically just either a discard fodder or so. He deals piercing just like the original. If he destroys a monster by battle, you discard a machine monster, and he gets to attack 2 more times as long as you can discard two machine. So it's a little confusing, but you guys just might want to read it. That's its effect. So if you destroy a monster by battle, you discard a machine, it attacks, and then you can do that twice. I play 2 Lithogasm Disaster because I'll show you guys why. I play 1 diagram in here. Disaster will get its full effect because all the Ancient Gears are Earth, so it's really easy to summon him. Also, it's like I said, it's relevant from Reactor because he's level 9 and Reactor is level 9, so I can easily make calamities using him, or even just the 2 reactors, and then activate calamities effect, call Earth, and then summon this using your opponent's monster, which is really awesome. I rarely get to do that, but when it resolved, it's just really awesome. For the last monster, I just play Maxi just because it's an Earth and it's amazing. Maxi is always good. I have a love-hate relationship with this card because there's been so many times where I draw it after the opponent just special summons a whole lot. So, but when it resolves, it's amazing, godly. So for the spells, we play Ancient Gear Catapult, 3 ofs. It destroys a face-up card as long as you don't have any monster on the field. It destroys a face-up card and summons an Ancient Gear monster from the deck specifically, and ignoring its summoning condition. So this card can summon Ancient Gear Golem, the ultimate pound. So there's a couple of combos with this, which I'm gonna do another video of as a reference again for me, and if any of you guys wanted to play the Ancient Gear and kind of get an idea of how to. 3 Ancient Gear Fortress. This is one of the newer cards as well. This is kind of like Gear Town, but it only summons from hand or graveyard. It summons any Ancient Gear. Also, the best thing about this card is that any Ancient Gear card that activates cannot be responded to. So they can't even install a warning. If this is face up and then you activate a catapult, they can't even install a warning this, or chain maxi or chain anything. So also the monsters, Ancient Gear monsters that are summoned during the turn that they are summoned, they cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So that actually matters a whole lot, especially for Zoo matchup or True Draco matchup, which is right now that is the best deck for the format. This will definitely most likely change this whole deck just because we are 3 weeks away from the new ban list. So, but right now this is the best build I can come up with. 3 Gear Sound, obviously, it's an amazing card. I've played this for years and years with Machina Town, with different versions, with Cristrons, with Scrap Dragons, so many different decks. So just one of my favorite cards as well. Being able to pop it and get a free 3,000 monster is just awesome. And I'm a big fan of field spell, so, and quick play cards. I play Diagram just to search out the Lithogasm, and the awesome thing about this is that if you activate this and you destroy Gear Town from your hand, it does not miss timing. It forms another chain link using this, so you'll add the monster and then Gear Town will trigger because it just needs to be destroyed by card effect and sent to the grave. So this will summon a reactor while you're adding a disaster to your hand. So it's pretty amazing, and I only play 1 Diagram. I have a feeling that it's going to get hit to 1, just kind of like how OCG is, but we don't know. If it doesn't, I'm probably going to pick up 2 more. Signet Universe. This has a really good combo with Ancient Gear Catapult. Most of the time, I'm really happy that it comes up at this specific situation, but most of the time I have these 2 cards. Even if I open up with this, they have a Crystal Wing that was built using that was summoned using the Wind Witch, so it cannot be destroyed by card effect. Signet Universe have an effect where if it's destroyed by card effect, it sends all monsters in the extra monster zone to the graveyard. So I rarely summon something from my extra zone, and whenever I have these 2, it's normally the first 2 cards that I activate. So by activating this, it will destroy Signet Universe, summoning an Ancient Gear monster from the deck, and then Signet Universe will trigger, sending Crystal Wing, even though it cannot be destroyed by card effect. Signet Universe plays around that because it sends it to the graveyard. So it's a really amazing card. Just one tiny combo that I normally do. Since we still have 3 Terraforming, I love this card, but I have a feeling that this might get hit as well, but oh well. 3 Terraforming to search your Gear Towns or Diagrams sometimes if needed, or even the Signet Universe. Also, I have a couple of side cards that are field spells as well that works with this format. So and since our passion for field spells, we also play Set Rotation, which is amazing. If I activate Set Rotation, putting a Diagram on my side of the field and putting a Gear Town on the opponent's side of the field, if I am somehow able to summon a reactor dragon on the field, when it declares an attack, it can pop the gear town that we just gave to the opponent. So set rotation is an amazing card. It's an offense defense type of card as well, because you can chain it to the activation of diagram on your opponent, and it won't resolve since it won't be face up anymore. One of my favorite cards as well, Pot of Desires, just the draw to. I have a huge discussion with this with some of my teammates. I personally just love this card. It has given me so much advantage, so definitely going to continue playing that depending on the deck really, but it works with this. Board wipes are really important against Zoo, True Draco, against a lot of decks really. Just board wipe is in general good. So 1 Regeki, 2 Dark Hole, and 2 Twin Twister. I was playing Galaxy Cyclone at the time just because it really benefit off of like destroying a set card, so I can set a gear town, pop it, and also once it's in a graveyard, I can activate a gear town face up next turn, banish it from the graveyard, pop a face up card. But this has more. I just feel like this is gonna be it's a lot better in terms of offense defense type of thing, because you can also use this against True Draco or versus the diagram or barrage. So right now I would stick with Twin Twister, but if you guys want to play the Galaxy Cyclone, like I said, I played it and it was amazing, but this is just better for right now. Third Chalice, just because we don't really want to get disrupted with the plays with Zodiac Trident or any other basically monster that will interrupt your whole play. And giving them the 400 attack doesn't really matter because you have a big 3000 guy that can just run them over. It's a good offense defense type of card as well. Definitely a huge card for this format. The other one's My Body as a Shield, which is actually a last minute change, which I was very happy that I did this. Because I actually was playing Pianissimo, which is an amazing card, don't get me wrong. I really like Pianissimo, but this deck, just as you guys can notice, I only have 1 card left, and this is another spell. There's no traps in here. It's a second goes second type of deck, and it just goes for OTK. So these 6 cards right here are more of a good offense defense type of thing, so I can use it on my second turn just to try and go for a game, make sure my plays are not getting interrupted. And also, like, if I wasn't able to go for a game, I can just set this and use it as a defensive purpose. So last card is Limiter Removal, all-time favorite card. Always saves me, always gives me steals games. So if I'm just really down on resources, this has always come up and helped me to just steal a game and attacking for a game. Amazing card. I've always loved it. Extra deck, we play 2 Mrs. Radiant, just because all of them are Earth, and if this is destroyed by battle or card effect, I can get back my other resources, kind of like the Ancient Gear Wyvern or even Maxi. You can add it back to the hand. So that's 2. I play 3 synchros because I was playing Link Slayer. I wasn't able to change this, but these are kind of just fillers. Because I was playing Ghost Ogre as well, so I can actually make Scrap Dragon with Link Slayer and Ghost Ogre, or any of the level 4 Ancient Gears and Ghost Ogre using Ancient Fairy Dragon and Ancient Pixie Dragon. But you guys can see these are not in sleeves, because I'm actually going to take these out and swap it out for Proxy Dragon when it comes out, and 1 more Tornado Dragon. Because if there's any other extra deck monster that I would go to, it would be Tornado Dragon, because it benefits me. 1 Chaos Ancient Gear Giant, and 2 Howitzer. This guy is amazing. He's unaffected by any card effects. He deals 1000 damage, and if he's destroyed by a battle, it just summons a Ancient Gear, ignoring its summoning condition. On Ancient Gear Gigantex, he's okay. It's not a big deal. He can be, he's kind of a filler, but there's just one theory where I can make him, and then I can search a Swift Scarecrow if I'm in time or so. It hasn't come up yet, but it's nice to think that I have it just in case. Dweller is good for True Dracos, and also like Zombie Sworn, or the Vendred Slayer thing. Anything that really mills. Castel is just a great card. Karen Gorgon, I'll just call it Gorgon. The theory is good with Masterpiece, because even if Masterpiece is unaffected by monster effect, he's not really affecting Masterpiece. It's just the targeting, so he can retarget another card. It's hard to explain, but that's just how it works. One Tornado Dragon, like I said, I'm going to swap this out for a second one. Two Calamities. I rarely go to the second one, but since Dino players actually do play Lithogasm as well, and they can actually use the 2 Earth a whole lot more often as well, I'm not gonna risk it. I just wanted to play 2 just in case they banish one of them. So that, and the side, 2 Swift Scarecrow. Like I said, it's Earth. It's a machine, so it can be searched by Gigant, and it's Earth for Disaster, just in case I don't end up using it and then I have potential game in my hand. I can just destroy him as well. 2 Ogre. I didn't like it as much as I used to. I'm not exactly sure why. I feel like I could have just cited a different card that would further advance my my plays, or have a better chance as a defensive card. I don't know. It just didn't perform as well as I was thinking it should. Denko Seka definitely did. I feel comfortable playing Denko Seka. I feel like I should have bumped it to 3, but at the same time I don't want to just got like too many Denko Sekas in hand and then not have any other plays after that. Necro Valley and Zombie World, 2 other field spell for the set rotation, and as a side card, Zombie World is amazing against dinos because they can't banish, they can use miscellaneous and other dinos, because they're treated as zombies in the graveyard. Also, monsters cannot be tributed unless they're zombie monsters. So this is good against True Draco as well. This is good for anything that like 60 card decks that mills. Cosmic Cyclone, good against True Dracos. And the Solemn Brigade. I was maining these. I decided to just side them. I wanted to go first and I'll go for a game. Opponent mostly gives me the chance to go first game 2 just because of what potential the deck has going second. So normally what I do is I side into a lot of other defensive cards, mainly these, so I have a good chance even going first. So yeah, that's the deck profile. I most likely would be doing a couple of combos with the deck, like I said, as a reference. Let me know what you guys think. Peace out.